sunnier but always windy Cardiff. Back here for the second of the T2 in the Regional Central NWFL. Leicester Falcons versus the Solent Thrashers. Last time this game occurred in T1, the Solent Thrashers managed to take a big win and were not very pleased with me picking the older Leicester Falcons to take this. Obviously, Leicester Falcons now going to be going into this game on a bit of a downer, just losing 40-12 to the hometown Cardiff Valkyries. Solent Thrashers beating Leicester Falcons last time 30-12. So the Thrashers win the toss and will be starting on offense here. Leicester Falcons without their starting QB Chloe Smith now. Starting on offense first. Still very windy here, as I'm sure that as much as the wind protector I've got on this microphone may help it slightly, I'm sure that you can still hear how windy it is as Solent take the field. We're going to have a look at their rosters once the wind dies down and I can stare at my phone for the rosters.
Have a good count, offense and defense.
There you go. Hand off to 15. 15's got space. 15 breaks a tackle. 15's going to have that first down. And 15's going to have a touchdown. And just like that, the Thrashers score. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it can be that simple. Sometimes it can be that simple, ladies and gentlemen. 6 points for the Thrashers immediately. I tell you what, the Falcons are having an absolute mare on this game. On both games for the first snap of the game. First snap of their last game, a fumble, returned for a touchdown for the Valkyries, and now the first snap of this game is going to be a touchdown for the Thrashers. Looking like they're going to be going for 2 here are the Thrashers. Hand off to 15 again. I will get names for you in a second. Dragged down there. And it's going to be no good. 6 points to nil the score in the first snap of the game. Falcons offense going to take the field. Colette Wong will be the QB for the Falcons now. Number 15, Steph Wyant, immediately scoring a touchdown, breaking through tackles. Here we go, let's see what number 8 can cook up. It's not even number 8, it's number 2. And swallowed up there is number 21 by a couple of Solent Thrashers. Yeah, this is why it's so difficult in the NWFL, is because there are teams which will play back-to-back games, much like the Falcons are doing here, much like the Thrashers will have to do half an hour break in between. A couple of Thrashers straight up the middle, and again another loss of tackle for loss of yardage, and that's going to be a safety for the Thrashers, and that's going to be 8 points on the board, and the Thrashers are going to take the ball back to their side of the field, scoring bonanza, and I'd be very surprised if we were out of maybe 2 or 3 minutes. 8 points on the board for Solent. Here we go, spread offense here from the Thrashers. Leona Sennett, number 5, is going to be the QB for the Thrashers. Sennett's got it. Sennett's on the run. Great fake. And Sennett's running. Flag on the play. Bit of a late flag there. So they're going to be an illegal block in the back on the Thrashers. Becky Day, number 58 for the Falcons with the tackle. That's going to be a flag on the play. We saw very little flags in that Leicester Falcons versus Valkyries game, apart from when the Valkyries elected to go for the hard count and catch some of the Falcons offside, and that worked a few times for them, but realistically quite a well-drilled team. So 14 in motion for the Thrashers. Wyatt's got the ball, Wyatt's got speed, and Wyatt's got space, and it's going to be almost a first down. Going to be interesting to see where they spot it. A couple of Falcons around to make that tackle. Alicia Henderson, number 4, a name we were calling out quite significantly in the opening game against the Cardiff Valkyries. Stopping tackle there. Going to be a 2nd and, I'll tell you what, 2nd and 2 here. Great position if you're the Thrashers. Sennett's got it. Oh, and swallowed up in the backfield. 99 and 54 of the Falcons. Amanda Dine and Macy Raybone Gale there with the tackle. Amanda didn't realise this until I went and spoke to the coaches on the other side of the field for the Falcons, that last year when I did some of the commentary for the Leicester home tournament last time, Amanda was actually the one on comms with me. Always good to have as she heard me talk about a wasp in my eyes. 4 creeping up on the line. A handoff again, out of the one hand. Bringing down. So see, 58 and 8. So that's Wong and Amanda again. And that brings up a 4th down. It seems so promising for the Thrashers here, but the Falcons have put up a bit of a stand here. One more stop, but I tell you what, the Thrashers are close. The Thrashers don't need a lot here to get a first down. You see this max protect setting. Yep, and there we go. And Wyatt's off, and Wyatt's going to score again. Jogging into the end zone, and just like that. $12-0. I got the score wrong. I don't believe the Thrashers were able to get that. But 12-0. I'll ask if they got that, because I'm not sure. Going for 2. Wishbone formation here. A lot of people in the backfield. Hands off to Wyatt again, but this time no good. 12-0 as it stands. I'll make sure to ask the ref when he comes up the side of the field, because he'll know the score next time he comes up this side of the field. Falcons going to take over. 12-0 as it stands. Very, very early on. In the first half, there's halves here. There's halves, it's not quarters. But Thrashers pushing on a great one. Wyatt, number 15, got the speed, get the space. And it is, yet number 8 is the QB for the Falcons now. 44 and 2 on the outside. Nope, 21, not 2. Hand up the middle. Number 30 of the Thrashers, I believe. Let's wait. number 20 of the Thrashers. Elise Wood with the tackle there. Fryer is off for the Falcons. Erkine 22 back in, left uncovered. The wind is, I tell you what, listen, when you see that, the cones are flying here, the marker cones are flying here because of how windy it is here in Cardiff. I'm telling you, listen, you think I'm lying about the wind. I'm sure you don't think I'm lying about the wind, but I tell you what, it's windy out here. It is windy, windy, windy out here. Where's that? Wong on the run. Picks up some yardages. Oh, Jesus wept, it's windy. I need to get a better grip on my equipment. Literally operating both hands on the equipment. Finger matriculating the camera. 2 on the right, 1 on the left. Low snap. And it's recovered. I think that might be recovered by the Thrashers. Way. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The wind has blown the camera over there. I almost lost control of the camera, but we're making sure the BBC man, some of his stuff's blown over as well. So it's not just me. It happens to the best of us. I want to try and readjust my grip, but it's quite windy. Okay, there we go, that'll do. I may have to unclip this camera and move to a lapel mic, just so I've got more of a grip. So that was recovered by the Thrashers. Great field position, hand off to number 6 now. 6 has got it. And there's another touchdown for the Thrashers, making it look easy today. Let's see if I can change the score without the camera blowing over. 18-0, and it's Thrashers are making quick work of this. Can I adjust some of my equipment before the... Going to be going for 2 again. Nice and easy. I'll try and get you a name there of number 6 for the Thrashers. Sophie Hemmons there with a touchdown. Not just going to be Wyatt today, though she's got 15. Hammond's moving around. Not been successful so far. High snap. Kept by the QB. Flag on the play. Sennett, number 5. Took it in. Flag on the play. Looks like there's going to be holding. So... So they're going to have another try at this 2-point conversion, but they're going to be doing it from 10 yards back. Exceptionally windy here in South Wales. Hemmons in the backfield. 14 and 21 on the left and right. Taylor on the left, 14 on the right. And that's going to be another. Yeah. Falcons going to take over. They need something here, but it seems to be whenever the ball is in the hands of the Solent Thrashers offense, points are getting scored. Very, very windy. Jesus wept. 2 in the backfield now. 44 in motion. They're going to have a big protector. Oh my Lord, what a great play! Oh my Lord! Oh, that was sensational! The ball was bobbled and just snatched out the air by, I don't know who that was for the Thrashers, but that was a sensational play. Oh my lord. And just like that, another 6 points go on the board for Solent. Jeez. That was amazing. That sort of, that, put that on Sports Centre, that play was sick. 24-0 as it stands. Jeez. Did I pick Falcons to win this? Maybe I did. Maybe Thrashers don't like me. Who knows? Probably. So going for 2 here again. They've had no successful ones so far. Hand off to Hemmons. I think it's Hemmons. Still no good. 24-0 as it stands with a sensational. I don't even know if the player who got that ball was aware that the ball was in her hands. I don't know who it was. I wish that I knew. I was just in awe. Just in awe of that. I still need to check with this is the problem. I need to check with an official if that first 2 point went in, because I do not know. So it might be 26, it might be 24. All the other ones. Falcons without their starting centre, without their starting QB. Faye Doherty, who was an absolute star for the Falcons last year, both on offence and defence as their QB, isn't with the Falcons anymore. It sounds like there's something happened there, but nope, she moved to Canada. Not much you can do there. But so Smith came in, injured during the game with the Valkyries. Sunk in the backfield. Oh no. No. It is 26 because they had a safety. It was the 2 points was the safety, not the thing. Coach Steve Rains there. I tell you what, Coach Rains, you'd be proud. You'd be proud of this Solent Thrashers team, because they are putting in an absolute shift. There's like not much of this game has really sort of transpired so far, and the Thrashers are already up 26-0. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I was looking at the map. I'm like, I don't think they've got any of these 2 point conversions, but they didn't. They got a safety instead. Falcons in panic mode here. Injury seems to be the name of the game. 44 in motion. High snap, and this is going to be another safety. Yep, and there's another 2 points on the board for the Thrashers. It seems every time you turn around, every single time you turn around, the Thrashers are getting points, and this game is 28-0. And this, I don't know how long is left of this game, or how long has been in this game, because I tell you what, I don't think it's very much, as the Thrashers are going to take it all the way back here. I will check with an official what the score is, because I think it's 28-0, but I might be wrong. Oh, my fingers hurt. This grip is not it. Okay, now New running back in. When she goes past me, I'll tell you the number and I'll try to find out the name. Here we go, 22. QB keeper. Oh, what a cut! But number 50 of the Falcons just brings McMahon, number 22, is the QB now. Sennett, the QB, getting a good run. Here we go. Spread 2, one on either side, or one in the back field. Seems to be miscommunication there. Oh, number 4 for the Falcons, absolute hero. I believe it's Henderson, number 4. It is Henderson, number 4, stopping the play again. Flag on the play there. There seemed to be some miscommunication. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Thrashers. It seemed to be that the receivers were in motion, but I don't think they knew which one was which. But 5 yards back, going to be interesting here. Definitely an influx of flags. Well, more flags than the last game, not an influx of flags. That makes it seem like they're getting flagged every play. Henderson running up. Oh, handoff was a bit shifty there. Handoff was very shifty there. It seemed to be a bit loose. It seemed that ball did not know who it wanted to be attached to. Ball spotted on the 5. 3rd down for the Thrashers. Seems to be just some small things going wrong here for the Thrashers. But you're 28 points up. Here we go. Sennett's got it. Sennett's running. Oh, and Sennett's off. There we go. Sennett's off. What a sprint. What a go. Yeah, simple as. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how long is left, but it's 34-0 to the Thrashers. Living up to the name of that team. Though, ladies and gentlemen, they are still no 2 points have been scored by the Thrashers. 2 safeties though, which is quite impressive. Empty backfield for Sennett. Air horn blowing. Not seeing much use of the air horn. High snap for Sennett, but just pings it over the top. Gonna go nowhere. And the Thrashers still yet to convert an extra point. 34-0. Interesting. Oh, bollocks. And before you people say, oh, Chris, you've just sworn on stream, that doesn't count. I think that you're allowed to say that. Well, you're not allowed to say it. I apologise for saying it, but I don't think it counts as a swear word. And there's Lou Robbins over there. Someone I interviewed. Oh my lord, this wind is insane. Wong looking to throw. Darts it out. Not much you can really do there. Lou Robbins, number 72 of the Thrashers. Interviewed her last year. I believe Lou was the first person I interviewed for the NWFL interview series last year. As she won't want to talk to me. In fact, I know she doesn't. She's angry that I didn't pick the Thrashers to win. I mean, so she should be. Look at the scoreline. You know, it's all these teams I imagine have got aspirations of going up to the Nines League. Best way to do it is with some momentum. And Wong's on the run. Wong stiff arms. Wong's going. I'll tell you what, a good chunk of yardage there for the backup QB of the Leicester Falcons. I want to sort of pull my cap down a bit, but it's very, very windy here. Air horn in motion. BBC man has moved. He has moved to taking his camera around with him on his shoulder. That's a big camera. Jokes on him, I got here first. So best field position the Falcons have had all game. Empty backfield. Falcons trying out a whole different range of flavours now. One gets it, one goes straight up the middle, but runs into a lot of Thrashers. I think that still is going to end up as a gain for the Falcons. They're going to be right next to, they can smell the white paint used to put the halfway marker down. They're not They are going to be very, very close to getting a first down here, are the Falcons. Thrashers are going to be looking to absolutely kick this out of the way. 45, I'm not sure 45, oh, 45's holding the ball. I thought 45 was going to slightly move it forward a bit more. Funny, I rate it. Oh, there's a fly on me. There's flies about. So going to be a timeout for the Thrashers. And that's Lou going in, Lou Robbins. Let me look at the old thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Again, I don't mean to take the old Lord's name in vain, but it's very, very windy here. And Steve will be angry with me if I drop the equipment. You know, part of the shell that goes around our lovely little box here has smashed. It's smashed on the floor. Not because I dropped it, but because the wind knocked it over. So here we go, very, very close here, and it just seems like a low snap has hindered the Falcons, and that is not going to result in a first down for Leicester, and the Thrashers are going to take over here. You see that? That's over here. Winnie the Pooh's commenting. That's mad. So I'm not entirely sure how the rolling clock rules work in sevens. But I know for senior ball, one more point for the Thrashers, and this clock's going to be on the roll, on the move. It could be on the move now, we don't know, just because the half's smaller. God, it's windy. Send it going. Send it with a pass. Oh. And very, very nearly ending up in the hands of number 21. It's so...
Coach? Don't make a big thing about it, but just sort of ask him to be a bit further back. Or get game management to do that.
So here we go now, second down for the Solent Thrashers. .14 in motion. Handed off to 14. 54 almost got a safety, but... And that ball looks like it's going to be going back for Solent. I mean, when you're 34 points up, you can try new stuff. I'm hearing whistles. It's very, very, very windy.
27.
So 2-minute warning here. Wouldn't surprise me if that means that the rolling clock is currently in motion. But 2-minute warning here. Third down and a lot for the Thrashers. They're going to be stuck. Here we go now. Thrashers are going to be starting in their own end zone. Falcons are going to be very, very aggressive here. Hand off to 21. Flag on the play. 21's going. I think this very well could be for naught. 21 goes all the way from her end zone all the way to the Falcons, but a flag was thrown very, very early on, boy. I don't think that's going to stand.
2 fouls on the play. Illegal block in the back by the offence. That penalty is declined. Holding by the offence. That's a half distance penalty for the spot of the foul. Replay the down.
We've got a number for the block in the back. Can I get one?
So a block in the back penalty for the Thrashers. Flags seem to be going, and the Thrashers are going to be.
Why not? Get one.
And the Thrashers going to be starting on, looks like maybe the two and I'm just going to say two and a half. I don't want to work out the fraction of it, but it could be. Thrashers have proven that they can take it all the way if they want. High snap, given to 22, but swallowed up there by 58 and 99 of the Falcons. Falcons can get a stop here. They can sort of rest easy knowing that they have that through flags and great tackling. Oh no, because it's not how it works. They need to get a stop on 2, don't they? Damn, I forgot. I was looking forward to the punt. I'll tell you what, Edinburgh Wolves punting unit. That's a good punting unit. I don't know when the next Nines game is, you know. I should know that, but I don't know. 14 sort of in motion. Hand off to 21. Get away from the camera. Wong there with the tackle, forcing 21 out of bounds. Going to be 4th and a fair bit for the Thrashers, but they've proven that they can do it. All the markers have blown down, so I'm struggling a bit here, ladies and gentlemen. One on the left. Sennett's got it over the top, caught by 21, and there we go, and that's going to be another touchdown for the Thrashers. Absolutely sensational. I bet you Coach Rains is absolutely loving this. Let me just see if I can put that to 40 before my camera falls over. Now, the big point of contention here is not whether or not the Thrashers can score, but it's whether or not they can get a 2-point conversion. What's this? So I'm expecting an extra point here, but apparently that's not the case. Apparently it just stops. Okay. Yep, so there's no extra point. Scoreline reads at half-time 14-0 to the Solent Thrashers. You know, definitely injuries hurting the Leicester Falcons considerably here, but the Thrashers are just fast. Watch out for 50, watch out for 22, watch out for 6, watch out for 5. They're all dangerous players on the Thrashers. Sennett 5, Wyant 15. Wyant's already got 2 TDs. Way almost. The wind here doing a madness, doing an absolute madness. Wait, what's the score?
40-0. Substantially more to substantially less.
Yes. I've got 40-0 on my board, but I wasn't sure if they scored a perfect goal. I wasn't sure if they scored that first 2. So 40-0 here. I'm going to keep it rolling during half-time, just because half-time's not that long here. Things to discuss. You know, Solent are just they're very fast. They know what they're doing, but a lot of flags. But still not prevented them from a touchdown as of yet, because they just go back and get the touchdown. Going to be interesting to see how they match up with the Valkyries, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the last game for today, as the Cardiff Valkyries will be facing the Solent Thrashers. Home team gets the break. Home team gets the break, and that's what's important. The question is, does the break hurt you or does the break help you? That's the big question. I mean, I would hate it personally. I'd much rather just go into another game, let my muscles seize up. Not what you want. Not what you want. And ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we have 2 games. The Premiership Sunday, Premiership South Sunday. I will be in Bristol for the Bristol Aztecs hosting the London Warriors. I'm very much looking forward to that game. Going to be insane. Steve will be in Kent for the Exiles versus, I believe, the Blitz. Got some kids playing soccer on the other side of the field. I would film them, but you know, I would rate their goals. Were they screamers? Were they not? But that'd be weird. So I'm not going to do that. Still very windy here in Cardiff. I just didn't want it to rain. But you'd have to imagine that the rolling clock is in effect. You know, I can't imagine this game's going to go on too much longer. As the Cardiff Valkyries get interviewed by the BBC. Well, I was interviewing NWFL players last year, so you know what, BBC, get good. Get wrecked by me. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, BBC, stop biting off my stuff. You know, if you want me, I'm right here. So I give them my business card. Who am I? I'm Tebs. But who's Tebs? And I'll be like, yeah, true. Yeah, true. No one cares. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Cardiff having an absolute media day here. They asked me to be here a couple of months ago. So they must know they're having BBC here. They're having an absolute media day. Absolute scenes. Good on them. I mean, imagine this. Imagine if they have a media day. They have BBC here, they have Sport Tank here, and they win both games. Oh, that's what you want. That's what you want. But I was there first, BBC. Internal conflicts with the BBC.
It's a good half of football though.
It'd be interesting. I'd love to take a break, but I know it's one of those things where I would love to take a break, but it doesn't matter because I'm just gonna have to stand here and hold the equipment if I'm here or if I'm not. So this is the part of the broadcast where I just share my thoughts. I think Cardiff versus Solent will be a good game. It could be interesting to see. If you give me a minute, not a minute, if you give me a couple of seconds, I'm just going to hold my equipment. I'm going to see if the wonderful girls of Gridiron have got any scores up for the other 2 tournaments going on today. I do doubt it though, because I know that Molly is currently playing football. So, be interesting to see. Nothing as of yet. Nothing as of yet. I mean, I said Norwich are going to sweep their tournament again. I still think that. I think it's... Let me check what the one is for the northern squads. The wind blows and I start to cry. It's not even a joke. So Bears versus Kilbride. I think that'll be a close game. Versus East Kilbride. I think that'll be a close game. Teesside Manchester will be a fantastic game. I think Manchester will take it. Titans Bears. I think the Titans will take that. And Teesside East Kilbride. I think Teesside obviously had some issues last year with making the playoffs, but not being able to fulfil the requirements due to injuries. Had to sort of forego that. I believe the Titans did as well. Do not quote me on that, but I definitely know it was Teesside definitely suffered from that. Had to then give their spot to the Cheshire Bears. I should have said to the Valkyries getting interviewed, if you mention Sport Tank, you get free merch. Mention Sport Tank, get free merch. That's how it works. So anyone doing national interviews, if you want free merch, mention the brand. Mention the brand. Okay? Cones are blown away. Look, McBride here saying go Thrashers, go Lauren. I don't know how to pronounce that. I actually don't know how to pronounce that. Luke, how do you pronounce that? Tell me in the comments how do you pronounce that. And I'll give the shout out properly. So Falcons coming back on now. Uphill climb for the Falcons now. I think it might be a bit too steep for them to manage. You know, they've not. You know, injuries can do this to a squad. Seems Catriona Fryer, I believe, is going to be the QB now for the Falcons. Yep, that is true. Fryer is in at QB. No. 22 in motion. Ekman in motion. High snap. Yeah, and a safety on the board. And just like that. Yeah, just like that. Yep. If you hear any swearing from the players, I do apologise, but there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Didn't have the angle. High snap there. 42-0. And Leicester's first snap woes continue as the first snap of the second half results in a safety, and the Thrashers are going to get the ball. Might have some great little TDs on the way through. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having to anchor down all this equipment because the wind's picking up here in Cardiff. Here we go, 22 in the backfield. Here we go. Handed off to 22, but 54 for the Falcons. I sort of want to bring out the old Hungry Caterpillar line, but you can't do that. Amanda Dine. Again, saying it again, Amanda Dine was on commentary last year for the Falcons home tournament, where this all streaming stuff started. Always good to come back and see some NWFL action. Broadcasted out to the masses. But Dine there swallowing it up. Sennett hands it off to 14. 14's tracing her way back, dragging a player. Sensational. I tell you what, number 14's got the minerals. Dragging a player. Sometimes when I say that, I mean for just a few centimetres, but that was for yards. Horizontal yards, but still yards. Still impressive to see. So third down for the Thrashers. It seems to be that, you know, from what I can gather, the Thrashers are going to try stuff out on first and second down, and then third and fourth down, nah, we're just going to go for it. Go back to that bunch, one on the right. Hand off to 22, I believe. 22's got the speed. Brought down. It's going to be a gain from Solent, but going to be fourth down now for the Falcons. You know, you don't want to concede any more points. You know, you don't want to get 50 burgered. No one wants that. Gonna have burgers for tea though later. I am. There's money in the bank tonight. That might mean nothing to any of you, but it's important to me. So here we go. 14 on the left for the Thrashers. Fourth down. Looking like a pass. And batted. I wasn't sure if that was batted down. It looked like it was batted down by number 4, Henderson. I think that might be the first turnover on downs that the Falcons have actually forced today. But gonna need to lock in here. Lock in to not get shut out. Weird how that works. Lock in. You're gonna lock in to not get shut out. Try and click the comments button before my equipment blows over. There we go. Erk sign on the left, 44 in motion. Hand to 44. 44 escapes the end zone. Low tackle from 16. I tell you what, number 20 from Solent, very, very good to sort of put the hand in and try and rip the ball out. I tell you what, it was close. It was close. Runner was down. 44 seems to be limping.
That's a good spot.
Oh, Brandon, thank you. So Lauren and Ailey for the Thrashers is what Luke McGrath was saying.
1 on, 1 off offense.
I'll try and have a look at the numbers, see what they are. There's a bit of sun. I might be able to just take a sneak peek at the old roster. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm struggling. It's very, very windy here in Cardiff. I'm having to hold down 2 pieces of equipment, do commentary, and look at the rosters. It's a hard job. High snap. That's going to be another safety and that's another safety for the Thrashers. So 44-0 as it stands. I believe that's the 3rd safety for the Thrashers. The 4th safety for the Thrashers, as the referee tells me. I tell you what, that's sensational. 4th safety. This is the thing with the Sevens League. When you start that far back in your end zone, it's very difficult to sort of prevent that. If something goes wrong big styly. And the Thrashers are going to take over as the 50 burger looms. 50 burger looms once. 1 touchdown away from 50 burger. You want that full burger. Send it back. 21 in the backfield. Throws it out over the head of 21. Well, not over the head, but just slightly to the right. I'd love to sit here and tell you, listen, that the wind is dying down in South Wales, but it is not. It's absolutely not. I would love to be able to look at the rosters sheet more frequently, but I can't. And even if it was on paper, I'd still be struggling because it'd be blowing all over the shop. That's Cardiff. Oh, there you go, 21, Ailey Curry. There you go. 21's in. Mr. McBride will be happy about that. So just a little bit of motion there, running up the middle. But just swallowed up there by number 66 of the Falcons. I was about to call them the Panthers there, but because they've got Panthers on their jerseys. Let's see if I can find 66. Kerry Bright there with the tackle, bringing up a 3rd down for Solent. It seems to be that, you know, the Falcons are about to start march down this end of the pitch and concede a safety. Not what you want. Stack in the box. Snap to the right. 54. Oh no, I've been faked out. I was faked out. I was completely faked out there, ladies and gentlemen. It happens. It happens when you're trying to do all these things at once. I thought that ball was going up the middle, but number 15 gets a first down for the Thrashers. Absolutely sensational. Absolutely sensational. I just saw someone get tackled in the backfield and I was like, no, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for Leicester. No, negative. I didn't hear a whistle. Fair enough. So here we go now. One left, one on the right. Now it's a run up the middle. Curry's on a move. Curry dragging someone, but 58 of the Falcons. I was about to call them the Panthers. Oh, here we go. Thrashers. Thrashers looking like they're going no huddle. They want some speed. They're close to the end zone, looking like they're going to be about 5 yards off. Hand off up the middle. Curry's going. Not going to be a TD for Curry. Off for 21. Ball is close. I'd say, depending on where they spot the knee, are they going to put it at the 1? Yeah, 1.5. 1.25. 1.25. Hand off to Curry there. And 21 just waltzes in. And ladies and gentlemen, the Thrashers have their burger. And the Thrashers have a burger. 50, 50, 50 will be the cry. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good offensive defense.
There was some buzzing around my ear, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I exclaimed. I don't like that. I don't like it when things buzz near my ear. Be lucky I didn't swear. Here we go, and it's going to be a run to Curry again. Curry's going, but no. Ball's out. But once again, the Thrashers cannot seem to buy an extra point. But with all of it's like the Thrashers can't seem to buy an extra point. But with all of these safeties, it doesn't really seem to have mattered. I tell you what, the Thrashers are not impressed with me because I picked Leicester and it's now 50-0 to the Thrashers. I almost feel somewhat responsible, but I know that I'm not, or I might be. I'm sure if I ask them, they'll be like, well, it's your fault. So the Falcons realistically just need to get out of this danger zone. They need to get out of this danger zone because it seems to be that it's 2 points for the Thrashers. Every time that the Falcons are down here, you just need something simple to escape.
That's good. Both teams.
Let's go, DB!
Here we go. High snap again, and that's going to be another. And the referees, honestly, the referees seem to be clapping their hands at almost a constant basis, because that's another safety for the Thrashers. As I've said, just another high snap. 5 safeties here, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible. 5 whole safeties. That's big. Big. I don't think I've ever seen so many safeties. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a safety fan, then you are going to love watching this stream back. If you love a safety. The thing is, I'm trying not to have my hat blow off my head because I can't really go and chase it. And because I'm on the Thrasher sideline, they're not going to go and get it for me. It will just blow off. My lovely Sport Tank hat. So you've got 14 in motion for the Thrashers. A bit of a high snap. 14 going. Oh. Number 50 of the Thrashers, of the Falcons, almost bringing it down, but then it just took about 3 more of them to drag number 14 down. Let's try and get a name on number 14. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, the wind. Oh my giddy aunt. Tuva Strom, number 14. Big running. Oh my god, it's windy. Oh my god, it's windy. Oh my God, it's moved my camera. Okay, right. Oh, Jesus. Bit of a floaty snap there. Called by 15. Picked off by Colette Walk. What a sensational grab there by Colette Walk. Number 15 did not have control of that ball. Steph Wyant, who scored the first 2 touchdowns for the Thrashers, just was not able. The ball was basically touching her fingertips. There was no control there, and Wong manages to absolutely tear it away, and this sets up the Falcons for the best field position that they've had all game. No risk of a safety here unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong. I mean, if the Falcons can leave here with some points, then it'll be sensational. Thanks, mate. Bit of a high snap, caught by 21. 21's running to the outside. Loads of Thrashers, but 21 having the momentum. It's going to be a gain of maybe 4, maybe 5. Seems to be that number 21 for the Falcons is now down. It was the momentum coming out of that tackle, sort of like a spring, propelled her to hit another Solent player. So there's going to be a foul on the Thrashers. It seems to be another theme of this game. Like, it seems to be safeties and flags is the name of the game so far, as the Falcons are going to be moving 5 yards deep. Again, still the best field position the Falcons have had so far today. Well, not today. Not today. No, not today, but this game. 21 in empty. Spread, 1 on the left, 2 on the right. Hand off to Erskine. Erskine's had the space, but brought down by, let's see what number Thrasher that is. Number 10 for the Thrashers. Let's have a look. The win seems stable. Come check the roster. Danny Brain, number 10. Second down for the Falcons. Empty again. 25 on the left. 22 and 44 on the right. 21's on the move. Couple of Thrashers in front. It's going to be a gain of yards, but it's not going to be a lot of yards. Gain of maybe 2 or 3. Again, the Falcons don't really want to put this to waste. We sort of saw it in the first game that those opening scores were scored because of the field position after a turnover. Falcons are going to be wanting to keep that trend and be able to capitalise here. But are they going to be able to? Oh my God, it's so windy. It's so windy here, ladies and gentlemen. It's driving up the wall. Again, empty again. 2 on the left. No, 22. Erskine's on the move. So, bit of a delayed handoff there. Not on purpose. It's almost like the snap surprised the QB there. I do know number 21's name, but I need to consult the sheet. Where's the sheet? Where's the sheet? Where's the sheet? Laura Stevens in at QB number 21. There we go. So it's going to be a 4th and quite a bit. It is definitely a rolling clock here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course it is. 4th and I'm going to say 9 for the Falcons here. You know, this is the best field position. I'd argue this is probably not going to be good. 21's on the move. 22's the blocker, but there's still Thrashers out wide. Yeah. I went about as well as I could expect. I say that, but it's not like the Leicester Falcons didn't have a great game against Cardiff. It's just not. It gets just injuries, you know. This is the thing with playing these games back to back. this is just that problem with playing games back to back, is that injuries that happen in the first game affect the second game, changes the entire game plan. You don't have time to adapt to that game plan. It's very, very difficult. You know, normally if you get an injury, especially to a QB, you can sort of, you know, collect it over, you know, the course of a week maybe between your next games and say, okay, well, you're in, this is what we can do. The wind blowing the camera around. But, you know, when you've got half an hour to come up with an entirely new system, then, you know, that's when it gets difficult. The wind, Here we go. High snap there. So new QB in for the Thrashers, number 4. That's Steph Lear, number 4. I think there's an army base near here, if you can hear those planes. Yeah, when I was driving on the motorway here, there was like about 9 tanks on the back of trucks. It was so weird to see. So Lear now QB, high snap, swallowed up by 54. Good for the Leicester Falcons players to dive onto that ball. I mean, it was down, but always good to learn. You never don't want to dive on a ball, I'll tell you that. Unless you're Cam Newton. What a throwback. Super Bowl, I think it was Super Bowl 50. First Super Bowl I ever watched that. So, timeout for Solent. 37 seconds left on the board. Leicester Falcons are going to be going home winless today. But with there's some big score lines on the Leicester Falcons. Very much, things are going to have to start getting shaken up for the Falcons if they want to come back. Their tournament is going to be, their home tournament is going to be on the 15th of July. I'm not saying that I will be there. I'm not saying that I won't be there. I need to see with work because I need to get my real job money. But then he needs to sort something out. Hopefully Chloe Smith's back in time for that. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. As it's 3rd down for the Thrashers after a timeout. But it's going to be the 2 winners are going to face off it in, let's call it the main event of today's NWFL action, which is going to be Cardiff versus Solent. Ball out, in and out, just over the head of number 6. Outstretched arm, couldn't reach it. Not much time left. 4th down for the Thrashers. 30 seconds or so left before I can put my equipment down. And I didn't bring any water with me. I'm just saying, when I was at Leicester, I got water. But again, I couldn't really say hello to any of the Cardiff Valkyries because they came out quite late. And I was having to set up. High snap here. Lee's going for a run. Flag on the play. So another flag on the Thrashers. Going to be a turnover on downs. It wasn't enough for a 1st down anyway. But one thing we do have to say is that the Thrashers are getting the majority of the flags seen today. The referees brought their yellow flags, and in that first game they weren't put to much use, but here today they were. The thing is, if you're the Thrashers here, you have to see this as a scoring opportunity. the amount of safeties that have been conceded by the Falcons, when the Falcons are this close to their end zone, it's a scoring opportunity for the Thrashers, which is never what you want if you're an offence. But 52-0 is the score. Thrashers trying to make that 54. I will apologise for picking Thrashers over Falcons now. No, I won't actually. Based on my prior knowledge, I thought it was a good call. Great snap, 21's going. Throws out to 22. We're out of the danger zone. And I tell you what, 22 for the Falcons was on a break there, and it was close to this not being a shutout. That was Erskine again. I mean, timeout called by the Falcons. But no timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the game. An absolutely spectacular performance by the Solent Thrashers. 52-0. 52-0. Not allowing anything. 5 or 6 safeties. Absolutely sensational by Solent. Sensational by Solent. Leicester Falcons will go home with no wins. Absolutely winless today. They'll be looking to regroup for their home tournament on the 15th of July. But the main event is the 2 winners. Solent and Cardiff will face off at 4 o'clock. So you've got an hour to kill. It might be slightly earlier, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not entirely sure. But I will keep you in the loop. If you see that notification go live, then ladies and gentlemen, we are live. So takeaways here. Injuries definitely plagued the Falcons there. And the Solent Thrashers, despite being good, 15's a threat, 22's a threat, 6's a threat, 5's a threat. You're all threats. But lots of flags. Lots of flags. A very game Cardiff Valkyries team are going to be on the horizon in just an hour for the Solent Thrashers. It's going to be a spectacular game. And ladies and gentlemen, I will leave you here to go and get a drink, go and get a tea, go and get a coffee, go and get whatever you see fit, go and get a bag of crisps if you want. Because ladies and gentlemen, we will be back here at 4 o'clock for the Solent Thrashers versus the Cardiff Valkyries. Scorelines today: Cardiff 40, Leicester 12, Solent 52, Leicester 0. And the main event, Cardiff versus Solent at 4. We will catch you in an hour's time. Goodbye.